All right, let's take a look at knowledge check 4.7.1, and this one really focuses on the idea of vectorization. So step one, it says create this vector, my vec, which is just a series of integer values from 1 to 10. All right, so first thing we want to do here is we want to add 1 to every element in my vec. Now, in a lot of languages, to do this, you'd actually have to do like a for loop mechanism to iterate through each element and add 1. And within R, it's really designed to be vectorized, where a lot of this kind of functionality, a lot of this mathematical operations that we perform automatically iterate over each element in a vector and perform that operation. So here, when we do myVec plus 1, right, all we're doing is R is going to iterate over each element and add the value 1. Right? So we can see our original element or vectors up here, and the values in this new output is just the same except plus 1 to each element. Now divide every element in myVec by 2. Okay, so this is the exact same concept where we're going to take myVec and we're going to divide by 2, and that's going to iterate over each element in myVec and divide the value by 2. All right, last one is create a second vector called myVec2, and we're going to make that equal to 10 to 18. And then it says go ahead and add myVec to myVec2. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to add these two together. And when we do that, we see that we get a warning message. And it says longer object length is not a multiple of the shorter object length. So the issue here is if we're going to actually do vector to vector math operations, which is what we're trying to do here, really they should be the same length. But you can have different lengths. But if one of them is not a multiple of the other, then it's going to warn you and say that, hey, look, there is one of these vectors is shorter and not a multiple than the other one, right? So when we do vector to vector math, it's really important that we make sure that the vectors are the same length, or if they're not, that is intentional. Later on, when we get into data frames, a lot of this gets taken care of because data frames require that each column, which is a vector, to be the same length. But this is just something that's good to be aware of.